Hello Sagittarius, this is Sue from Sweet Love Tarot. I'm doing singles readings this time and in random order. I had a couple requests by subscribers for this, so here I go. Now this should be through the end of July, and it's going to look at situations you've been in the past, and your current environment, the obstacles that you face, this is actions that you can take to improve your situation, and probable outcome. I want to pull some clarifiers for this last row here. They all are in reverse. It's not always a bad thing. Some cards are far better in the reverse. But this won't necessarily change the meaning, but okay. All right. Anything else that needs clarifying? Okay. Maybe one. Okay. All right. Okay, Sagittarius, in your past, I have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So this is a situation where you felt overwhelmed and overly protective even, and you just got to a point where you felt you couldn't do it anymore. And I also have the Sun here, which is everything good. So even though this situation felt right to you, felt warm and good, somehow you couldn't hang in there. Overly protective. Huh. Oh, okay, and now also in your past we have the Moon in reverse. Now this indicates to me releasing fear. There had been some confusion in your past, some unhappiness, and at some point in the past you were able to let that go. You released that in order to move on. Now, in your current environment, you're feeling good on the one hand. You feel as if you prevailed over something in your life. You feel victorious. You even feel acknowledged for that victory. It wasn't just a matter of you winning a silent battle. This was you winning and having everyone recognize that. But also, currently you have the Ace of Pentacles or coins in reverse. So this tells me that you lost an opportunity here recently or currently. Something slipped through your fingers. And it could have been because of a lack of foresight, a lack of planning. You weren't thinking ahead. And it's starting to really bother you. You are tortured by it now. The Eight of Swords in the upright tells me that you have a lot of worries, and you have isolated yourself and you've restricted your movements. You feel like you can't move in any direction. And this is all stuff that's created within your own head. Now, what's blocking you is, first off, the Five of Pentacles, which is isolation. Again, isolation. But this is a financial loss, or perhaps even a spiritual loss. You feel left out in the cold, out on your own. You feel like there's no help from anyone. That's not necessarily true, but that's how you're feeling, and that in itself is an obstacle. Also here I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and this is a feeling of being stuck. This is not the fastest moving of the knights, and in reverse this is downright stopped. So you haven't seen any forward movement for your efforts. And you have the Star in reverse. So this is a lack of faith. You don't believe that things are getting better. You're discouraged. You don't feel like you're healing an old wound, or that something that you wish for is coming to you. Now the action line I have here, the Eight of Pentacles. That is doing the work, learning something new perhaps, apprenticeship, perfecting a craft. If you need a new opportunity, you may have to do this, learn this new craft. Take the time, put in the work. And I have here the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And this is loneliness and loss, but also financial loss. So that's sort of left you feeling sort of out of balance, and actually not being very realistic about what your options are. And so the clarifier I pulled for this is the Two of Pentacles, which is things being in balance and managing. Juggling, yes, but managing. So that's what you need to do. You need to put in the work, and despite the loss that you might feel and the unrealistic expectations you have to balance these things out and manage them. This is, the Seven of Cups is really fantasy. You may think you have options that you don't really have, and that has to be managed. Okay, so now in the final line here, I have the Chariot in reverse, and that is a lack of control over the direction that you're taking. You don't feel that you don't feel like you're in control. You feel like you're just floating along with the wind or the current. But as a clarifier, I pulled the Knight of Wands. Now this is fast moving, so yes, you can get yourself out of this lack of control of your movement by understanding the passion that you have for the direction that you want to take. This Knight of Wands is fast moving and has energy and passion for what he's doing. This is action. So that's going to overcome this lack of action. Now the Queen of Swords in reverse is cold and unfeeling, and I don't know why that would be in your, well, that might be in your final. The thing about the swords is it's the suit of logic and using your brain to figure things out. And I pulled also with that the Knight of Cups in reverse. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is overly emotional and cold-hearted. So that may have been something that you've dealt with Hopefully you're not returning to that situation that you were in, because that situation didn't offer you love. That situation was unrealistic, just as these expectations were in your action line. So you need to balance that out. So this balances it out. Okay, also I have the High Priestess in reverse, and that tells me that you're not really using your intuition. That's something that you have. You know you have this in spades. So, as a clarifier, I pulled the Page of Wands. So there again, we have enthusiasm. We have discovery and adventure, and messages coming into you. So I see that these messages in this final line are full of passion. So whatever it is that you feel passionate about, that's what you need to be chasing right now. And as far as love right now, I'm really not seeing that come about in July. I see that being rather cold and draining away. So this situation, as far as love goes, is not going to serve you well in July. So at any rate, let me pull a message from Spirit and see if I can give you any advice where that is concerned. For Sagittarius, what do they need to know? Okay. It's kind of a toss-up, but joy is the ultimate creator. Okay, so focus on the good things. This will bring this to you. So follow your passion, follow your joy, and that's what I have for you right now, Sagittarius. I hope that's helpful to you in some way, and I hope you'll come and visit me next time. Thank you for joining me this time. Bye-bye.